Okay. Says we're live. Excellent. Good. Welcome. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I guess a little wobbly from where I normally do. Um, let's see. My mom is home from Colorado. Yay, she arrived safely, but she has a little bit of cold, so I'm hoping that I don't catch it, but also like making sure that she has medicine and food to eat and lots of tea and all that. Um, what else? What else has happened? Not a whole lot. I did start playing Stardew Valley again because I needed a game that was a little bit different from the games that I had been playing. So I started playing Stardew Valley, which it's my first time playing Stardew Valley since the big update. And so I'm trying to decide if I like the moss in the game, because I can't tell if the moss is like purely beneficial or if it eventually does cover and kill your trees, which I think is technically what's happening. So I'm not sure about it. But anyway, so yeah. I have also put up the poll for today, which the thumbnail says song lyrics or movie quotes. I added a third option on there just because one of my besties is a thespian, and specifically a Shakespearean actress galore, and she literally cannot go a day without quoting Shakespeare. I think it would hurt her if she had to. But anyway, so your options are in on a regular basis. In everyday conversation, I am more likely to bring up song lyrics, movie quotes, or Shakespeare quotes. So there you go. There are your options for today. I think for regular times, normal everyday conversation, I'm more likely to bring up song lyrics. However, there are a few movies, specifically Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail, that my family is highly likely to quote. So, generally song lyrics, specifically Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail. If you're asking about which movie I quote the most, I think it's probably that one. Just like, help, I'm being oppressed. And fart in your general direction, a silly English kniggets, things like that. But yeah, generally song lyrics are more appropriate, I feel, because there's a wealth of song lyrics that you can choose to fit everyday conversations. But yeah, yeah, and okay, also probably some Star Wars in there as well. But generally, most often quoted movie in our household is probably Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail. So good. Becca says, hello. Considering you cannot go a day without quoting movies or TV shows, yes, TV shows would be included in that. You would have to say movie quotes. I probably should have just said film quotes. Diamond says, hey everyone, good afternoon. Hope your Friday is going good. You're going to be working on a new texting story today. You're also choosing movie quotes, although you do like song lyrics as well. Yes. Yes. Yeah, you want to go full force to take care of them, but also you don't want to get sick. True. Yes, very much so. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries. Yes. Song lyrics all the way for Megan. Hello. You're trying to write without pressure for it to be good, but that's super difficult. Yes, because we have all the training for public schools and or even private schools and like academics. Yeah, that definitely changes. Hopefully, it makes it your writing tendencies better, but also it can be very limiting in some ways. Lady Midnight says, hello. Hello, welcome. Stace says, I love song lyrics. They give great story ideas. They do. They give you great story ideas. Sometimes it's a phrase, sometimes it's a title, sometimes it's the entirety of the song. Yes. Becca was making your BFF laugh when you played Stardew with her 5-year-old. I kept saying, don't you want to go back and play on the internet? This farming seems like a lot of work. Oh, no. Yeah, I showed it to my dad, and he's like, this is a lot of tedious things. And by the internet, you mean at the beginning of the game where you're in a cubicle and want to buy a farm. Oh. Yes, you quote from it as well. Yes. Whenever anyone says blue, I would say blue, no yellow. Yes. You've made your BFF laugh 2 days in a row with random music quotes. BFF, so she was talking about 2 groups of people. There it is. That shouldn't mix, and you've got to saying, gotta keep them separated. Nice. Yes. And here's the quote from earlier. Lemur says, hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome. Some call me Tim. Yes. Yes, yes. You don't watch enough movies to be able to quote, though you do quote Labyrinth more often, but still song lyrics. Yeah. And I would say this is probably the same as me, because I'm more likely to quote song lyrics, but there are a few movies that I will more often than not slip quotes from that particular movie into conversation. Lady Midnight says, when I say Shakespeare quotes, my uncle and brother don't understand me. Yeah, this is also true. If you're not also a Shakespeare nerd, it kind of flies over your head. So, yes, I got your brain going. All the quotes. You remind me of the Babe. What Babe? Babe of Power. What power? Power of who do? You do. You do what? Remind me of the Babe. Megan says, I've been reading a couple of books from archive.org on perfectionism, and you're trying to let go of your need to be perfect all the time. I think that is a long-term quest rather than a short-term quest, for sure. Thog says, my quoted movie, especially with your daughters, is Spaceballs. Okay, yeah, so probably also Mel Brooks. Brain. Blazing Saddles. There's a couple of quotes from Blazing Saddles. Specifically, work, work, work. Hello, boys, I missed you. That one happens quite often. Now you're going to be singing that all day. Yes. Yes. But you want to be perfect at not being perfect. You want to get there quickly, right? Yes. Yes, yes. Becca says to Thog, I quote Spaceballs 2 as well. Evil will always triumph because good is dumb. I said across her nose, not up it. All the movie quotes. People are going to come in later and it's just be all movie quotes. movie quotes, song lyrics. That's should that be a quest to like chat in only? No, that would be for a different specific stream, I guess, if we would want to try that. But generally, that could be a fun, like, I always think of things and like having taught for what it feels like so long, like my brain automatically goes, oh, could I use this in a lesson plan? Oh, could this be an activity? And like, quoting only Shakespeare or only the play or only song lyrics and having them put it into a conversation and requiring that they have like a certain number of songs or a certain number of quotes. That's where my brain goes sometimes. So just occasionally the teacher brain creeps back in. Stacy says, I love that movie and that soundtrack as well. You're welcome, pals. Oh lordy, the three of us can just quote that movie without I mean, yes, when you get a number of fans together that could actually quote the whole thing. Yes. You actually have the vinyl record from the 80s. Nice. Laura is here. Hello. Hello, hello. How are you? Hopefully you are doing wonderfully. Becca is excited to see Laura. Thug is excited to see Laura. Also, in case y'all haven't been keeping track of Becca's Instagram, The Dream Guys is doing wonderfully on Amazon, and you should also check it out. So, hint, hint, if you have not already. Okay, so what am I working on today? I'm working on more character exploration with the Steampunk Tarot cards. The next one that I am going to be exploring is the Sun Inverted. So here is the Sun from Steampunk deck. Looks a little like a cross between Wizard of Oz and I say Wizard of Oz because of the dog, but also Alice in Wonderland because of the hat. So I don't know. We're going to explore it, but that's going to be the first card that I explore for character exploration today. Again, this is for the witness, the reluctant witness, the targeted witness. Again, still not quite sure what the working title is going to be, but there it is. So you have handwritten a prologue, chapter 1, and a page of chapter 2 so far of your Hades and Persephone YA romance. Nice. Megan can't wait to read it. Yes. Becca says, thank you. It got all the way up to 26 for the entire free Amazon store. I wish that was paid, but hopefully someday. Yes. You love that card. It is a very cool and pretty card. So you just pulled the rabbit, banish fear, move beyond fear's stagnation, and listen to your heart. That's a good card. Megan says that's awesome in terms of the dream guy making its way up the Amazon ranking. Jumped out of Season of the Witch Beltane, indulgence. You are worth every desire, every dream. Demand what is yours, demand what you need, and love spell. So 2 cards jumped out. Honey, let the honey of your soul swell in the depths of love. Ooh, I think these go together rather nicely. Because the sun is like your persona that you present to the world. And so when it is upside down, it's often an indicator of sort of like masking or a need to unmask, to sort of like let your light shine through. So you've been masking too much, maybe due to fear. Banish the fear. Indulge in your desires and your dreams, and feel your own self-love. So those are going together rather nicely. 8 of Angels reversed, which is essentially the Wands deck from the Spiral Tarot. Things are moving uncomfortably quickly. You need to give up control and let others set the speed. Ooh, they all do go, yes, they go really well together. Between all of us, we'll have a full tarot reading, right? You love that, yes. All right, so I guess I'm going to count that as our card for today. So from me, you have the Sun inverted. From Stacy, you have indulgence and love spell, as well as 8 of Angels / Wands inverted, and you have the rabbit. All good things. Oops, that one was the Good Omen deck. Okay, not the Spiral, the Good Omen. Okay, gotcha. All right, so I have my document pulled up. So that is there and ready to go. Marcella says, I'm squeezing in the final scenes. Since you work out of sequence, it feels like squeezing in new words an hour into the game of Scrabble. Okay, lots of difficulty, lots of sort of like fine-tuned finagling. Yeah. Okay. Let's get this set up. Do, 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 do. Okay. I think we are ready. Okay, so 1, save your document, especially if you have been working today. Go ahead and make sure you have your document, your outline, your word trackers, all that ready to go. Number 2 is make sure you have something to hydrate with. Cheers. Three, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Let me. Okay. Sorry, I wound up actually editing that time. Just because my brain was not stuck on the witness story. So I edited a scene and just got done as the timer was going off. Also did a little bit of research, just sort of hopping around. But yeah, so I did not do the character exploration that I was intent on doing just because my brain wasn't having it. So instead, I did something else that was still productive research and revision. So there you go. Okay. Don't forget, if you have not done so yet, to vote in the poll for today. The picture poll for today is in regular conversation, you are more likely to bring up, in conversation for parts of funsies, song lyrics or movie quotes, and then I added the option of Shakespeare quotes. So that is the picture poll for today. If you have not already voted, that is your option. All righty. So I did get a full scene edited, revised, looked over. Didn't need a massive amount of change, and it's about 2,200 words, so that was good. It is a solid scene, I think. It makes me smile in places, so that's a good sign, right? So yeah, so I think I'm probably going to be on revision train today, just because where my brain is, how my attention span is sort of like behaving in that vein, rather than new ideas, fixing, twiddling, making it better. Anyway, BA is here. Hello, BA Pascal, welcome. Doing some photo editing today. Prom and band photos are all you have left, but you're still behind. Right? Yeah. End of the year pictures tends to be an uptick in how many people want photos and how many people think they are urgent. So Heather says hello. Hello, welcome. Dog says hi, Heather. Heather says, I'm finishing up eating lunch and then transitioning back to reading for a little bit. And then you have a few things to get done. Nice. Heather says, hi back to Thog. Diamond says, your texting story is going good so far. I'm still working on it. Excellent. R.A. Morley, hello. Morning, lovelies. Hope we're having a fantastic day. So far, I am. Yes. Just in time. Exactly. Okay, your story should be done after the third sprint, maybe. Ooh, nice. Becca worked on homework. You're hoping to finish it all today so that you can write this weekend. I like this plan. Yes. Stacy says, I am rereading my story and starting to add some extra details in. I think I only added about 30 words, and now you're trying to figure out how to add a bit of room description. Apologies, y'all. I might have to go get another cup of tea or something. The Midnight pulled the salamander and black pepper. New opportunity awaits. To fill it, you must remain inspired, applying your full energy to your creative endeavors. Ooh, nice. Marcella was brainstorming for one of those final scenes. It's a pretty pivotal one, so you're trying to figure out how your main character's parental figures catch her in the act of modeling behind their backs. do they still get magazines? Is the kind of modeling that your main character does the type that would appear in magazines, or would appear on TV, or maybe in a YouTube commercial, or the news even? Lady Midnight says, I'm almost at 1K. Ooh, at your 1K goal for this day. Nice. Excellent. Marcella says, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to stick around for the whole live streams because you have to get ready to go out to your writing group. Think you can hang out for one more sprint. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. The number of pictures goes up as graduation increases, as the weather gets warmer, but also like people get very impatient. So Cookster Quackerstein, love the name. You're finishing an essay and working on a portfolio, but you're excited to start working on your story this week. Ooh, that is exciting. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. All right, so second sprint, as always, is the self-promo sprint, which means if you have something writing adjacent that you would like to promote, now is your opportunity to do so. If you have a YouTube channel, Twitch channel, Etsy store, Amazon author page, website, blog, social media handles, etc. And especially if you have book out soon, book out recently, or book out and is on sale, let us know where to find you and your book. Marcella says it's kind of tricky because your main character is a mass-produced living fashion doll, so they would not be able to single her out by recognizing her face alone. Okay, so does your living fashion doll have a birthmark, beauty mark, pigmentation that would be an accident of mass production somehow, and would then make your main character slightly unique, so that perhaps some of the clothes, since you say fashion doll, some of the clothes would reveal the particular spot that this pigmentation would be on? Maybe. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the second sprint. I think I'm going to use part of my sprint to go get some caffeine from the kitchen, not like out to the store or anything, just to the kitchen. So yeah. All right, so 1, save your document. 2, take a sip of whatever it is that you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3 is to straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is to make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Make sure it's showing properly. Yes. All right, 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How we doing? Don't forget that was the second sprint. I'm going through and I'm revising now for a couple of issues, just kind of reading and fixing where I find them. So we are on page 42 of that. So, I mean, it's going relatively quickly, so I'm not mad about it, but yeah. So we are revising. But now because I'm going through at a different pace, I'm not entirely sure how to count my progress. I don't think I'm going to add anything to the word spreadsheet because I wasn't actively changing like a whole lot. Or going in with the intention of like fixing several things at once. I'm just looking for like essentially two things as I'm going through. But yeah, so there we are. That's what we're doing. We're on page 42. We'll see what we are when we're done with the next sprint. Don't forget to pop in any self-promo. Let's see. BAPascar.com/books is the website link for BA Pascar's stories. And apparently Thog has some thunder, which means it might be either tonight or tomorrow by the time that it arrives over here. There's nothing visually unique about your main character other than her serial number on her lower back. They probably edit that out of photos so they can be identified. Not sure if the parents memorized it. I don't know how they would identify them. Maybe your character comes home with like a limited edition of something that the brand gave them, but it's not released to the public yet? Question mark, maybe? Tessa is here. Hello, welcome. Heather says, copy editing and proofreading, are they really so dissimilar? This month's blog post is all about these differences, so check it out. Here's the link. And also, good news for Tessa. Looks like Instagram finally took down the old hacked account, which is awesome. Heather's link tree is where all of Heather's socials are. So there you can message Heather and check out all of the things. Regina is here. Hello, friends. The driveway is being worked on, so the dogs are barking nonstop. But you are happy to see people getting things done and concentrating. Nice. I saw a post from somebody who I think they had very large dogs. I think they might have been like Newfoundland sized, very large, looked like small bears essentially. And they had some workmen, and apparently one of the workmen was kind of nervous, so they went ahead and put the dogs up in their essentially crates in the back of a truck. And then the owner came back later and saw that one of the guys had started playing lullabies on the phone, like on YouTube or something, and just like laid the phone there so that the lullabies were playing for the dogs. I thought that was really cute. But anyway, I don't know if lullabies would work for your dogs or not. Diamond said, it's going good so far. Almost done after that sprint. After the next sprint, you should be done. Excellent. Becca is excited to see Regina. Tessa says, I'm working on my prompts as usual. I have a lot of them now, so they keep me busy. You've also been working on your memoir. Nice. Excellent. Stacy was also distracted by the Karen Reed trial. Becca, finished one section of your homework. Yay! Now on to the next. Yes. I did get some more coffee. and I have consumed about half of it. So, cheers. Let's see. Oh, I needed to scroll down, apparently. Tess was having issues with the sound on your end. You're calming the dogs and letting the workers make their noises without reacting. Gotcha. Yep. Did not get many words in that one. You were seeing what ideas ChatGPT AI came up with for this dilemma. In addition, I came up with maybe the mother recognizes the main character and main character's friends' voices and distinct speech patterns. That could be, yeah, that could be a thing. Or maybe there's like an inside joke in the family that either the main character and main character's besties know. So maybe the inside joke got caught and recorded. Got it unmuted. Yay! Excellent. Lady Midnight got your 1,000 for the day, and you're contemplating getting a Celtic Goddess Oracle card deck from Amazon. Ooh. I mean, I am not one to tell you no. Marcella has decided to investigate. The mother is some sort of financial advisor or agent, so maybe there's a seminar near the main character's photo shoot. There you go. You also made lunch. Excellent. Good. Fuel. Alrighty. So I'm curious as to how many pages I can get done. So yeah. I'm just gonna rewind that and oops. There we go. Okay, why is it? I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Share screen. Why is everything highlighted? I don't know. Will it eventually? No, something has gone terribly wrong. Not really terribly wrong, but okay. Somehow I highlighted stuff and I don't know how. Anyway, okay, let's get going. Third sprint. 1, save your document. 2, make sure you have something to hydrate with, and cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, how we doing? Okay, I was on page 42, I think. Now I'm on page 54. So moving along, getting some corrections in there. Making progress. How we doing? Also, I did get up in the middle of that sprint because I thought I heard knocking. I thought I heard knocking, but apparently it was next door, down the street. So yeah, not my house, which is probably good. It's fine. We're not expecting anything anyway, so yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. Diamond says, finished my texting story for today. Yay! That was a good sprint. You'll be enjoying all the sprints. You always enjoy the sprints that we do. Yes. They help so much. They do. They really do. I always end up getting more done during like a sprint session than I anticipate. So it's always good. Becca says, I ended up making lunch that sprint. Excellent. Yes, food and fuel. Tessa is working on the last prompt for the day. Excellent. Speaking of prompts, I have not done my one a day thing. Let me move my drink out of the way so I don't knock it over. The question a day memory journal. I have not done this in a while, so I need to. What is today? Today's the 17th. So I should be here, and I have not done it in. So I need to. I need to answer and sort of backtrack and do those. I'm not very good at doing consistent one line a days thing, or like checking in every day with that. So need to work on that. Lexi, hello, welcome. Got 1,793 that sprint. Amazing. CB, hello, just popped in to leave a like. Thank you very much. Courtney hand wrote about 350. Nice. Nice. Hopefully you had a fun pen to write it in. The sprints really, yeah, they do. I'm always amazed at how much I can get done in a sprint. So Lady Midnight says, screw it, I'm getting the Oracle cards. You don't have the money for it at the moment, so you added it to your Amazon list. Yes. Yeah. Still distracted. You really do want to get some work done. I think part of it is you need a better chair for my office. I went to Walmart the other day and they had a gaming chair in the clearance section. I always go check the clearance section because it's always just like sometimes you find some stuff there. So I found some really good stationery deals in the clearance section. But anyway, so they had a gaming chair that I think was either a damaged box or a return. I'm not sure. But they had it marked down to 75. And I was looking at it, I was like, huh. And then it was like $20 off. And I was like, oh, so it's only normally like 95. And it's not terrible for a gaming chair. But it was one of those like mostly mesh gaming chairs. And I was like, I don't know if that's what I want. This gaming chair, it's an office chair. I refer to it as my gaming chair because I sit and to game as well. But I actually got this from Staples, and it was one where I went into the store looking at chairs, intending to get one. And the one that I liked, this one, they did not have in store. So I asked him, because I was like, hey, I'd like this chair. I made the decision that I liked it, but they didn't have a price tag on it. So I I asked about it at the customer service desk, and they were like, well, we can look it up for you. And so they spent some time on their computer, like, typing away, trying to find it. And they're like, oh, this would be like $450. I was like, that's a lot. And they're like, but we don't have it in store. We can order it for you. And I was like, what if I just wanted the display chair? And so they called a manager over, and the manager was like, well, I can sell it to you for $60. I was like, done. I can fit it in my car. I will make it fit in my car. So I got a $400 and some office chair for $60. I was like, yes, I will take it. So I kind of like, I'm just gonna use this chair until it wears out, and then I'm gonna go see if I can find another awesome chair deal. But in general, I'm always proud of a good bargain, right? Lexi says hello and thank you. You're welcome. CB fell asleep when you got home from town. The brain isn't cropping. I mean, it takes a lot more energy and effort to go out and be around people since the pandemic. We spent so much time huddled that anytime I have to go out and like be around people again, it tends to make it's much more of an energy cost than it used to be. Heather did some various admin tasks. Nice. You love Celtic mythology, so you need the cards. I want to. Let's see. Okay, now I'm gonna be curious because I know that you had talked about it. But I don't remember. I was trying to look it up and see which deck. Celtic Goddess Oracle. Okay. Ooh, okay, so there's several that fall under the Celtic Goddess Oracle deck. So are you looking at the Celtic Goddess Oracle deck or the Celtic Goddess Witches and Queens deck? Curious. Either way, they look gorgeous. So, Heather says, admin tasks, including working on a list of questions for an interview that you're going to be doing on this channel. Nice. Fun, fun. CB has no space for a desk and a chair right now. It's okay. You don't have to have one. It's whatever works for you and your space. You do have the money for a vintage European journal, but I would need to buy the journaling supplies. You want to start journaling. In that case, you need pens or pencils or colored pencils or stickers or whatever you want to decorate. And you need the journal. Really, all you need is the journal and a writing instrument. But also sometimes the pen you use is dictated by the paper. So CB says, yeah, I had to do some baking and it was hot today. Yes. You love Celtic mythology as well. Yes. Mythology in general is really fun. And the ones that fascinate you, I find that people are drawn to different mythologies because of like family lineage or just because of interests. But yeah, I love the mythologies. Okay, it's the Goddesses, Witches, and Queens deck. Okay, so it is. Okay, sorry, my nose was itching. 'tis this one. Let's copy link, paste. So that's the one that Lady Midnight is looking at. Share. Oops, nope, I hit the cancel button. This one. Nice. Fun, fun. And apparently, honey will save you $3 and some change. Is this one showing? Yes, okay. So, fun. Love that. Cool. So there it is. That's the one that Lady Midnight is looking at. You want stickers and scrap paper too? You need to decorate it. What do you have around your house that you can use already? Can you raid somebody else's craft cabinet and have a craft swap day? I did that once with Bestie. We met up at a coffee shop and she brought like a bag of things and I brought a bag of things. This was when we were setting up our journals for the year. It was like January 2nd or something. And so it was fun. I brought scissors and the glue tape runners and that kind of stuff. Yeah. For you, it's mostly because of lineage, but also that this particular mythology was not taught in school. Yes. Yeah. And that's because, I mean, there's very few that are taught. And generally it's the Hellenic and the Egyptian that get taught. Occasionally there will be a few things that pop up because of like Mayan and Aztec with like history of the Americas. Occasionally that will be brought up because essentially, well, anyway, we'll not go into that, but yeah, so it's pretty rare for Celtic and Druidic influences to be taught. Occasionally you might get a smattering of it if you are reading Beowulf and you start talking about like why the descriptions of the hall are there, because you have like the Nordic influences and the what I call the Druidic influences, the nature as protectors. You get a little bit of it if you're talking about like Arthurian tales and some of the like the Green Knight. You get a little bit of it there. But yeah, you generally, I'm trying to, I think we got one story out of Africa, which was like the one about the spider thread. I think that was really all the mythology that we got out of the entire continent of Africa. I think normal lit classes did not get anything out of like the I'm just trying to like sort of remember some of the things that we did that maybe like the regular classes didn't. We read Gilgamesh, and so we talked about some of the mythology that was in that. We didn't really talk about any East Asian influences. I didn't read anything about Hinduism until I got to college. So like I didn't know what the Mahabharata was. I didn't like none of that kind of stuff. So I took everything possible. I was like, let me read it all, which is why I have an entire shelf that is dedicated um, to sort of like world mythology and world folklore and folk tales, things like that. And I've actually thinned it down to the ones that I tend to go back and reread. So I've got two that are Native American and Indigenous. I've got one that's Norse. I've got one that's like general world over. I've got several from Japan, Grimm's, because Grimm's is amazing. I have 4 different translations of 1001 Arabian Nights. Don't ask me why. It's actually because generally the translators choose different stories that will go into it. And so when you have different translations of things, sometimes you get different nuances, but you also get different stories included. So that's one of the reasons why I have 4 different versions of 1001 Arabian Nights. And I also have, I think I have 3 versions of Grimm's. I don't have a problem. No, it's not a problem at all. For you like learning about pagan mythology. There's an Arthurian literature class in the uni you're going to take. Ooh, yes. Yes. Please report back how it is. It's amazing. I hope it's amazing. That'll be fun. You learned about Islam in school, but no other faith other than that and Catholicism. It's Catholic. Well, yeah. We read in high school. We read the Tao Te Ching, and we got but that was in English class. And then in history class, we got snippets of the Quran and the Bible. And that was it. Again, Southern school. I'm amazed that we got the Tao Te Ching passed for the English class. So, brother's into Norse mythology, you're into Native American mythology as well. Nobody really talks about Native American mythology. Yeah. Well, and also a lot of times when we talk about it as a monolith instead of even here, we talk about it as a monolith, like one huge thing rather than the different tribes and the different regional groupings. Because, and you'll find that this is true in folklore from Europe as well, in that some of the same stories are told, the same core of the story is told, because a lot of those folklore and fairy tales were warnings about things not to do, things to do, things to stay away from. If it goes thump in the night, there's probably a story about it. But in general, you will also find that there are regional differences because geographic dangers change how people behave. So, and also industry influences the stories. So when you were talking about the core of the meat of the story of Cinderella, you have a girl who has been, who usually, I want to say most versions of Cinderella, the girl has status because of her birth. And when the father or mother passes away, her status is then lowered. And so the story is about her recovering her status and then also marrying up. But the details of what she wears, what is considered valuable, changes based on the industries in the area that the story is being told in. So in some stories, you'll have the dress or the shoes be embroidered with very colorful threads, which means that embroidery is a craft that is respected, but also because of the colors, you know that dye, which dyes and color fastness and sort of like what it required to dye thread or make the dress is considered different and more valuable. So like the colors of the embroidery do matter. If you go to another region that is more heavily mining influenced, so like digging in the ground to find gold and silver or gemstones, you will find that the dress is made of gold, or the dress is made of silver, or the dress is, adorned with rubies and things like that. And so you can find that the different regions, what is important, what is valuable, is shown in what she wears or how she attracts the male's attentions. Could be her gold rings, in which case, rings and of different metals are considered precious. And so it's fascinating in that you can find which industries are important. Was she a cow herder? Was she a goose herder? Did she take care of horses? Those are which livestock is both plentiful and important to the industry in the area. But you also have things like the things that go bump in the night. The things that you talk about, omens, if a group of crows versus an owl versus some other critter perches on somebody's rooftop for several days running, it's an omen that somebody in that household is going to die. So which animals are there, which animals are considered maybe scary or like not wanted. Things like that. There's also some stories that you can tell whether or not it is a region with a lot of lakes, because they'll have stories about ghosts that pop up from the lakes. So don't go wandering next to the lakes in the middle of the night. There's multiple reasons for that, but also generally people were a lot more drunk. So yeah, don't go wandering by a lake when you're drunk in the middle of the night, because if you fall in, nobody's going to see you. But anyway, so it's like like the thing we talk about mythology as like a monolith, but all those little differences matter and influence the stories themselves. And so it's fascinating to me to find all the differences in them. So anyway, I'm going to get off my little nerdy soapbox here. Anyway, yeah. All right, y'all, I'm going to save my document. It is 3:24, so make sure you save. Make sure you sip and stretch every once in a while. And I will see y'all on Sunday. Oh, wait, no. I need to end the poll first. So, the question of which one are you more likely to quote, song lyrics or... Is it coming in? It's going to come through. Song lyrics or movie quotes. Movie quotes won. It had like 69% of the vote. There's a tiny, tiny, minuscule part of the chat that is okay with doing Shakespeare quotes all the time. Again, I'm not entirely sure why it's not popping up, but it's there. Anyway, so movie quotes won. I will see y'all on Sunday when the picture poll is going to be if you would rather have loud neighbors or nosy neighbors. Or maybe I should say which one is worse, loud neighbors or nosy neighbors. We'll figure it out when we get the poll up. But anyway, so don't forget to save and have fun. I will see y'all on Sunday. Bye.